Hi, I'm Kim and you're watching Kim Wilson TV. My channel is dedicated to helping victims of narcissistic abuse get free and stay free. Now, many times I've mentioned that I'm at saturation with talking about narcissists and narcissism. It's time we redirect the focus on those absolute odious little beasts and focus the attention on us. Focus our attention on healing. Now, it's my intention as I, kind of shift the channel to more of a healing direction. I feel very much compelled to tell my story, how I've healed to this point, because I'll tell you, I feel like I'm a million miles from the abuse, and for me, it started with repairing my body and repairing my mind, and I did that from the inside out. Personally, I experienced a tremendous amount of weight loss as a result of the abuse. Many of you have told me that you've been binge eating unhealthy foods, trying to comfort yourself, and have experienced weight gain. So the life hacks I'm going to show you to help increase your nutrition, fiber, repair your immune system, help with depression, restore your adrenal system, these are going to work very effectively regardless of whether or not you're trying to gain weight or lose weight, or if you just want to stay in a holding pattern. What it's really about is making sure that your body's fed, so we repair the damage to our DNA and our immune system so we can stop, close forever the floodgates of disease, sickness, illness. We don't need it, and we should be healthy and fed. So the other one, of course, is repairing damage to our minds, gaslighting, projection, verbal abuse. All of these things cause traumatic brain injury, and good nutrition, good diet are going to help with these things. Now, it's easy enough to say you should be getting some exercise, but if you can barely drag your butt out of bed, it's going to be very difficult to get to that point. So I want to start at the very beginning, where I started on my healing path, and that was increasing my vitamin mineral intake. And I'm telling you, it has just been such a game changer for me. So a couple of simple life hacks. Many of you have written to me, and I right away suggested, increase your consumption of vitamins and minerals by eating more fruits and vegetables. And a lot of you respond with, oh, Kim, I'm so tired, it's so much work processing all of that, and I get it. So what I do is I do all of that once a week. I will go to the market, I'll get a bunch of pineapples, tons of bananas, oranges, melons, mangoes, papayas, whatever is available fresh in season at the time. Strawberries, blackberries, raspberries. I mean, I live here in the tropics. The state of Jalisco is a major agricultural state. Everything is picked ripe, so I've got unlimited access to really great fresh foods. Now, today I want to talk a little bit about pineapples, because pineapples are loaded with antioxidants and a lot of vitamins and minerals that you're just not going to get in other fruits and vegetables, but they are a bit of a pain in the butt to process. I have several here. I have already twisted this top off. And by twist off, I mean literally take it and give it a good twist, and they just snap right off. Now, this will leave you with this top piece. Now, a really fun hack that I really enjoy, I better just put a towel over my keyboard here in case I drip, is taking the top. I'll show you how I do it. Now, you can see with this one, you see all the roots growing? I have a root system forming all in here. Now, this is about 4 days, but in several weeks, this jar will start to fill up with roots, and I'm going to plant it, and the pineapple plant will grow, and they grow very, very successfully this way. Well, let me just show you. So once you've twisted it off, you've got this core. Now, you want to pull back some of this greenery, because if you can get some of this exposed, you're going to find that the root system is going to be thicker. And the root systems grow quite quick. Now, one of the things that you should know about pineapples, the pineapple plant is beautiful, and if you live in a warm climate place, California, Florida, Hawaii, you can grow pineapples very easily at home using this method. It's almost foolproof. I've never heard of it not working. So I'm going to peel a few back. I'm going to give this a quick rinse. And the beauty of it, you know, it just sits in the jar so nicely because it's got this other greenery to hold it up, and that's probably exposed enough. So I'm going to fill it up. I'm going to sit it right in here, just kind of wedge it in. Now, I keep them outside on my window ledge, and I mist them every day, and I change the water every 2 to 3 days. Some pineapple growers will recommend that you peel back the lower leaves and let it harden off for 2 or 3 days. I don't bother with that. I find the root systems grow very quickly. Oh my God, the smell. The other thing too is the pineapple plant is really quite a pretty tropical plant, and baby pineapples are just too cute. They look exactly like a full-grown pineapple, but tiny. And the initial flower is beautiful. If you live in a warm climate place, you can grow them outdoors, but if you live in a colder climate place, they will grow great in a sunny window, and you'll have a beautiful year-round tropical plant that can produce wonderful fruit for you. Now, it does take 2 years to get the first pineapple growing, but after that they grow very, very quickly. And the way I see it, you know, 2 years are going to pass whether, you know, I'm growing pineapple or not, but at the end of it, with my pineapple plants, I will have a pineapple. So here it is, my new pineapple plant, just like that. Now, I do a couple of things with the pineapples. I have smoothies every day because I'm just not a foodie. I don't eat because I love food. I eat so I don't die. I'm not great with breakfast. So every morning I get up very early at 5 o'clock. Every morning the first thing I do is I make a smoothie. And I always have loads of fresh fruit, pre-bagged, all cut up, in the freezer, in the blender. I'll often use the Jamaica water from the video before this one. And I can add chia seeds, mint leaves, all kinds of things, celery greens, microgreens, kale, whatever I want to shove in there, and just let it blend. And of course, the frozen fruit serves great as ice, and I didn't have to water it down. So I'm going to show you how I process pineapples, because I know a lot of people don't buy pineapples because it just seems like too much fuss. Now, I've already twisted the top off the pineapple. The next thing I'm going to do is just cut off the top and the bottom. Now, you can skin the pineapple whole like this, but it is a little bit more difficult. So what I do is just rings. I just cut rings. This one's super juicy. And I just find it's so much easier to just manage in these smaller pieces. I always keep a bag handy when I'm doing all the fruit, so I can just get rid of that right away. I quarter it because you've got to cut that core out. So I just chop it off, give it a couple of chops. And it's just that easy. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bag up some freezer bags. And you can do single fruits in each bag. I tend to like to do tropical fruit mixes. So I'll just chunk some banana in here. Like I said, you can add mint leaves, you can add oregano, curly parsley, kale. You can just grab a fistful of any sort of microgreens or super greens that you like. Now, one thing I'm going to suggest for our Canadian friends is if you are growing Canada's super green, sorry, I had to wash my hands. Pineapple's a little sticky, and that's why I'll do a whole ton of them in one day and just get it out of the way. Like I said, I'll do a whole variety of fruits. Now, what I was talking about was Canada Super Green, which of course is going to be cannabis, which is 100% legal in Canada. I am personally not a recreational cannabis user. I prefer not to be stoned during the day. Now, a little known fact about cannabis in Canada is more cannabis is smoked in Canada each year than the entire world combined. So though many people have said to me, man, Canadians are so chill, Canadians are so laid back, it might be because most of them are high out of their minds. But with that said, cannabis is a super green. Now, if you are living in Canada or one of the states that have legalized marijuana and you are growing a couple of medicinal plants for yourself, typically the fan leaves are discarded because, of course, a fan leaf has no value to someone, you know, wanting to, you know, get a medicinal effect off of marijuana. Fan leaves just don't grow THC, they don't grow CBC, they have no capacity whatsoever to alter your mood or anything. But cannabis fan leaves are so loaded in vitamins and nutrients and minerals, it's absolutely mind-blowing, and have really proven through clinical testing to have a great impact on all kinds of disease, cancer particularly. If you're not familiar with the Canadian documentary, I encourage you to watch it. It's called Rick Simpson, Run from the Cure. It's an amazing documentary and a little bit sad at parts because what a struggle Rick Simpson had. And he's a really great Canadian, but I really do encourage you to check that out. Now, something you can do if you are growing cannabis, of course, you're throwing away all those fan leaves. Just shove them in the bags and throw them in the freezer and blend them up like you would any other microgreen or super green. Now, as you can see, I've got most of my bags done, and these are going to be combination pineapple, banana, but you can add papaya, you can add melon, you can add mango. Like I said, throw in some microgreens. Mint is fabulous in these as well. And something else that I've peeled and cut up is some beautiful beets that I got that are fresh from the farmer. Now, I grow beets up on my roof, but I grow them specifically for beet greens, which go in my smoothies all the time. And beet greens grow like mad. But you can create any combination that you like. Something that I always have handy in the fridge, which is going to be loaded with fiber and vitamins and minerals, great antioxidants, system restoring vitamins that I know I need, is going to be fruit water. Now, this one is pineapple because I had that other pineapple, so I've cubed it up. Pineapple, beets, there's some organic sugar in there, and some clean water. I had to do a little 2-minute tidy there, but basically, I've got this huge pitcher of pineapple and beet water. The boys and I will drink it all day, and I know for sure that we've got as many extra vitamins and minerals as we can. You're going to go for a beverage anyways, and it just makes it so fast and easy. Recently, the boys had a couple of friends here from Canada, and they were here for, I think, 10 days. One of the young ladies was here at the house. I offered her a glass of fresh fruit water. The young girl's mind was blown. I mean, she couldn't believe the flavor, the taste of it. She kept asking me where I bought it. I was trying to explain to her I make it very fast and easy. And when I explained how she could do it, I mean, she was absolutely mind blown by it. You've got to consider that for most people living in Western nations, juice comes out of a Tetra Pak. It is loaded with preservatives, chemicals, artificial flavoring, artificial colors, and for a lot of people, you're going to go for the juice option because you're hoping that you're feeding your body a little bit, but unfortunately, that's not the case. So I really want to encourage you guys to try this. Now, for me, it was about 7 days with homemade juices and waters. My physical strength, I can't even tell you how much it had improved, but the big one for me was the mental clarity. It helps so much. So I really want to encourage you to give it a try. I've got one more video similar to this I want to show you. It's got a real fun hack in it too. Guys, I love you lots. I'm Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV. I hope you're having a great narc-free day, and I hope you're loaded with vitamins and minerals.